Yeah, I'm not going outside. Screw that. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of the internets. This is Nord Notwork, and we're on the Nebulous again. So, I'm playing with Liger at the moment. He has promised to be quiet, so he's not popping up every 30 seconds. Still doing a little bit of work around the mead hall. Haven't really finished yet. Had a couple of ideas, a couple of brilliant little brainstorming sessions. In regards to what I want to do to finish this area up. As you can see, I cleared all the grass out of here, and this will be my botanical gardens. I'm backing right up to the river here. Figure maybe a little dock house, got some spillage here. Whatever. But yeah, it's just a nice little picturesque scenic area. You know, you're looking out across this flat expanse here. We've got the floating, not loading lighthouse. Load. Whatever. Yeah, so this area is going to be pretty, and Liger built me this bridge to try and connect me back to the spawn village, which I thought was nice. But like a greedy little piggy, I kind of took the bridge completely and ran it right to my front door. So we've got a few new players on. I'm assuming eventually they're going to want to build some stuff around spawn here too. And I would like them to have a road connecting to them. Plus, whoever's building it's a big castle over there. I figured it'd be nice to have some sort of connection back. So, a bridge. I've got the framework laid out. Did that off camera, so you don't have to sit me watching go 1, 2, 3 place. This is the midpoint. I made it an odd number, so it actually has a midpoint. And I screwed up a little bit in the mead hall when I was counting out. I did not make everything odd numbers, so some of the walls just don't have center points, which is nice. It's fine, but it's not symmetrical, and my OCD kicks in and kind of drives me a little nuts then. So I'm not saying I'm going to go back and rip everything apart and rebuild it, but it's every bit of willpower I have not to do that. So just have to keep in mind for later projects, odd numbers, Nord, odd numbers. So yeah, I'm going to work on this bridge a bit. I figured I'll have a nice view. I don't even have a crafting bench on me. You know, you think you're prepared, you think you got everything you need, and then no. And one thing you guys will notice, I always have two things in my inventory: an ender chest and a silk touch pick. Rename this one Whisper, so it'll be a little bit less expensive to fix. But yeah, this is just a great practice to always carry these two items. Especially if you're like me and you're terrified of dying, which I've had my first death on the server now. Valdeth saw it. We were working on collecting string for his witch spawner, and we were killing spiders around a spider spawner, and then I decided I was going to automate it. So I went and I grabbed some lava buckets, and Derpy Nord couldn't remember how many blocks lava flows in the overworld. So I grabbed a bucket, I dug a trench, I went place, and placed the lava right on my own face. So I was able to run away before I died, so none of my stuff fell into the lava. So I was able to recover it all. But yeah, that was my one and only death on here so far, was me being an idiot. Which seems to be the most common way that I die, because I'm a pretty cautious player. I don't take stupid chances. I always carry safety precautions on me, which reminds me I should fill up a water bucket. Ow. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm so safe. Fall off bridge. But yeah, this little combination here is great, especially when you're caving, if you're in the nether, trying to gather up quartz or anything. Because basically you drop down the chest, throw the bucket, drop down the chest, that way you have access to everything good that you got, and then when you're done, you just grab your silk touch, and silk touch it back up. That way, if you die, the only things you lose are what you actually have in your inventory. So you lose your silk touch, but that seems to be a lot more common than Fortune 3, or I mean even a really good work pick, which you'll lose one of those anyway, but you can usually get 2 or 3 of them. The silk touch, you don't need it very often. You really only need it to pick up the ender chest, or if you're trying to hoard ores for later use. Is that Liger talking to himself? Yeah. But yeah, it's a good way to make sure that anything you gather during a deep caving run will be waiting for you when you get home, even if you die. So yeah, just word of advice, if you don't do it already, always carry an ender chest with you. Always have one in your storage room. I made a couple extra just to hand out. So if any of the new guys are watching this, I made 4 of them. They're in a chest by the message board. Because we still don't have an ender set up yet. So it'll be beneficial to have one. No one on here, no one's thieves or anything like that. I've never seen an issue like that spring up on here, but it's still always good just to have the stuff secured. So even if a creeper wanders into your base and blows up, you're not going to lose everything. So just go over there, grab one, free of charge, and enjoy. So I'm going to get to work on here. Got a basic design laid out in my head. So I will cut back when I've got a little bit of structure built to this thing. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, we're back. The bridge is done. So I don't know. I like it, but I feel like it's missing something. So I'll have to figure that out. I think it might just be because there's nothing, on the other side of it. So it just looks like it's going to nowhere. And I'm not Sarah Palin, so I don't build bridges to nowhere. So next up, we are going to work back here. And I have a chest full of goodies. Can you see what I'm building? Right there? Give you a hint. We're making a tree! I'm probably gonna do this as a time lapse, just because I have a feeling this thing is going to be massive before it's over with. And I don't want you guys getting bored watching me take forever to place something and stand back and look and come back and place something. So, time lapse time. Alright. Okay, guys. I made a tree. So, might flesh it out a little bit more. Shut up. Babies. Damn it. Come here. Pick up your dead little brother. I'm trying to record here. Good God. Okay. Whew. No more neighbors. So yeah, I might flesh it out a little bit more, but I'm liking the basic shape of it so far. And it starts raining, of course. So yeah, I just need to add it a few more leaves, kind of smooth it out a little bit. But I like, if you have any like real old oak trees around where you live, and I'm not talking like 40 or 50-year old oaks, but the area I live has a lot of old growth forest. So I'm talking like 200-300-year-old oaks. This is kind of what they start looking like. And I know with the old oak that they put into the game, that's kind of what they were going for with it, with the weird misshapen. Do I have any? No, I don't. But I'm sure you guys have all seen it before. The weird misshapen nodules kind of growing off the side. But they're not as tiny as the game makes them. They're closer to the size of what the game has jungle trees as. They get these really weird offshoot limbs. So yeah, this just kind of reminds me of the trees around where I live, coming out of the ground like this, the root system just barely kind of hanging on. I might expand the root system out a little bit more. So this will be the center point for the gardens that I'm going to build back here around the tree. And, I think it's kind of fitting, have the Viking mead hall with the giant, the tree of life in the back, Yggdrasil, I think it's called. So only downside I can see to this is mobs won't burn up under it because it's so much coverage for them. But if I kind of wall the area off, make it a walled garden, and light it well, shouldn't be an issue. Not after I get the wall up anyway. And I don't know if you noticed in the time lapse, I hid glowstone up in each of the branches, so that way if there's an area of logs that are exposed up there, nothing should be spawning on top of the tree. I don't want any creepers suicide bombing me. And then inside each of the sections of the tree, wherever it shifts over, I should probably knock that down some. Wherever it shifts over some, I lit up the inside, because the inside of this thing's hollow. Yeah, that looks a lot nicer. But if you're trying to make, custom make a tree yourself, it just takes a lot of time. You kind of gotta work at it and kind of shave off here, shave off there, add back, and if you just keep at it, and don't go for linear. Nature does not work that way. Everything is, slopes and angles. It grows funny. So even pine trees. Pine trees are straight, but they're not this straight. So if you want it to look a little nicer, a little more realistic, You want to go for the angles. Make it flow. Two things you really can't draw with straight lines. A woman and a tree. Everything else you can kind of hint at what it's supposed to be. But trees, unless, you're 5 and you're drawing the stereotypical square house with triangle roof with the smiling sun in the sky, don't make a tree with straight lines, because that's not how they look. Anyway, Liger is... Yeah, Liger's on here with me here now. I think they're working on... I know Valdeth's working on a witch farm, and Liger might be going over to visit, so I might go see if they need a little bit of help, and I will work on this garden a little bit in between. And then I will catch you guys next time on the Nebulous. Alright, peace guys.